Good day, wizards. Welcome to your lesson for trigonometry. We're going to look at this lesson on trigonometry, but you need to remember what we've learned in the previous video. It is very important that you understand how to create general solutions because in this video, we're going to be working with two extensive examples on trigonometry and general solutions. Do you remember that we said in the branch of trigonometry, because of the periodicity of trigonometry, there are various positive and negative values that will satisfy an equation. Therefore, we need to make some restrictions to that equation. If we are unable to make those restrictions, then we need to determine a general solution. We also went through six steps that will help us identify what that general solution is. On the last step, number 6 of that general solution, we learned that we needed to use a calculator to check our answer. Now I am repeating that because in these examples, we don't want to use a calculator in our calculation. The step that introduces the calculator is only to check your answer. It is not for you to use while doing the calculation or at any part in your example. So that's very important for you to note because if you use a calculator during your examination, you will get penalized at the end. So it's very important that we go through these examples without the use of a calculator. So now for this video, we're going to go through two extensive examples on finding a general solution. Try to keep up with it and try to do them on your own. So grab a piece of paper really quickly and a pen and see if we can go through these examples together.
So if I look at the following example where I'm asked to solve the following equation for y without the use of a calculator, what is the first step that I can do? I have the following equation, but what I want to do is I want to simplify this equation. So my step 1 would be to simplify. So if I wanted to simplify, what would be my first step? We first simplify the left-hand side of the equation using our double angle formula. So we're going to be using double angle formulas. If you have not watched any videos on double angle formulas, please catch up on your trigonometry double angle formulas as well as compound angle identities. To solve this equation, we need to manipulate the given equation to find a simple form. So we get a single trigonomic ratio equal to a constant. So basically what we want is a single trigonomic equation equal to a constant. So let's begin. Using the double angle formula for sin cos 2y, so I'm replacing the cos 2y, or cos, in your double angle formula it will say cos 2 theta. I want to replace that and then I want to look at saying 1 minus sin y, and then by replacing cos 2y I get minus 1 minus 2 sin squared y, and that's going to be equal to minus 1. And let's not forget our division. Is there anything we can change at the bottom? Yes, we can change sin 2y. What is sin 2y? Sin 2y gives us 2 sin y cos y minus cos y. Once I have that cos y, I can reduce my formula even further. What will I be left with? I'll be left with 2 sin squared y minus sin y, and that's going to give me all over, if I take out cos y as a common factor, I get cos y into 2 sin y minus 1 equal to minus 1. Once I've done that, I can take a common factor out from the top. What can I take out as a common factor? I can say sin y is my common factor all over 2 sin y minus 1 all over cos y into 2 sin y minus 1 equal to minus 1. what do I notice? I notice that I have a value in the numerator that can cancel with a value in the denominator. What would I be left with? I'm left with sine y all over cos y equal to minus 1. What is cos y or what is sine y over cos y or sine theta over cos theta? That's right, wizards. I end up with an identity of tan y equal to minus 1. So what have I achieved? I can find now a reflex angle. So let's try to find a reflex angle. We want to begin by finding our reflex angle, and this reference angle is equal to tan y, which is equal to minus 1. So if I go arctan of 1, what angle am I left with? I'm left with a 45-degree angle. Once I have the 45-degree angle and I use my cast diagram or my cast rule, C-A-S-T, and I can see that tan needs to be negative. So in which quadrant is tan negative? Tan is negative in the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So what can we say? We can say that then y is equal to 180 degrees minus 45 degrees plus k times 180 degrees. Or y is equal to 135 degrees by subtracting plus k times 180 degrees. We can note that k is equal to 1, y is equal to 135 plus 180, which is then will give me y equal to 135 degrees plus 180 degrees, which is equal to 315 degrees in the fourth quadrant. So we can state the following. We can write our final answer. So my final answer will be y is equal to 135 degrees plus k of 180 degrees, where k is an element of a real number. So we've worked with solving a trigonometric equation whereby we were given to solve. Let's have a look at one where we are asked, prove that 8 cos to the power 4x minus 8 cos to the power 2x plus 1 is equal to cos 4x, and then hence solve the equation where it is equal to 0, 8. So the first one is to expand the identity. By expanding the identity, we can say the right hand side, which is equal to cos 4x, we can say that that's going to be equal to 2 cos squared 2x minus 1, which is equal to 2 into 2 cos squared x minus 1 all squared. Don't forget to add the minus 1 at the end. What is this equal to? This is equal to 2 into 4 cos 4x minus 4 cos squared x plus 1 minus 1. Then we can go further and we can say, let's try to expand this out by putting in the 2. I get 8 cos 4x minus 8 cos squared x plus 2 minus 1. This is equal to 8 cos 4x minus 8 cos squared x plus 1, which is equal to the left hand side. Then we can look at to solve the equation. If I solve the equation, what I'm basically saying here, once I remove the common factor, is that we can say this equation therefore is equal to cos 4x, which is what I started with. And cos 4x is equal to 0, 8 because they told us that that equation is equal to 0,8. Once I do that, I want to follow the steps of finding a reference angle, and then I want to follow the steps to use the calculator to find the reference angle. Then I want to use my cast rule. Once I found my cast rule, I want to remember that when I find my positive, it will be in the first and it will be in the fourth. What is my next step? My next step is to check that my general solution is accurate and it satisfies the original equation. So I'm going to give you what your final answer is expected to be. And if you want to find out how we got to that, please have a look at the iWiz app. So as you can see, I've done all of my calculations. My last step would be to find the final answer, which would be x is equal to 9,2 degrees plus k times 90 degrees, or x is equal to 80,8 degrees plus 90 degrees, where k is an element of z. So we should never ever forget that k is an element of z, and that needs to be written at the end of every answer. Remember that in your iWiz book and in your iWiz website, you will find more information on the general solutions and how we work with them.
Well done, wizards. That was a lot of work and a lot of effort to get those examples done. I hope that you went through them with me. If you have not, please try them on your own now. Put the answer aside and try to calculate it on your own. Then come back and see if you've achieved the same answer. Remember that you can only use your calculator at the end. So do not use your calculator throughout your example, because your answer will reflect that you've used the calculator. Remember that the calculator is only to check your answer and not to help you with the calculation. So wizards, I hope that you've learned a lot from those examples. I know it was tiring and I know it was quite hard, but if you learn those examples and if you learn the pattern and the routine in calculating them, they will become much easier as time goes on. So wizards, log on to the iWiz website and look for the worksheet on trigonometry and general solutions. Once you have those worksheets, you will be able to identify what is the steps, what is the routine, what do I need to know, and you will go through them really quickly. So wizards, log on to our website and download those worksheets as soon as you can. Good luck, wizards.
We need to learn to live with the COVID virus, the new normal, at least for the next few months. And we have just what you need to make sure you never miss a single school lesson. And it's absolutely free, mahala! High quality, powerful, animated lessons for all your subjects. So don't spend a cent until you have tried iWiz. It's everything you need. All video lessons, textbooks, workbooks, exam prep. We want you to ace 2021.